So right now I am looking at my web app, and I am at the point where I am ready to figure out how can I delete the books. So I already have some APIs that I implemented. Well, I didn't implement it, I built them out. So I have this delete API here to where it would delete based off of this path. So let me see. That means that I need to take this, whatever ID number is, and pass that to a path. So that shouldn't be too hard. Let's see. Let's see. Like, what are these IDs? Actually, I don't even know what these IDs are, but I can figure that out by Insomnia and just getting the list of the books that I have already in there. So if I send, it tells me everything that's in a database right now. So I just 1, 2, 3, of course. I should have known that. So you have 1, 2, 3, right? So I refresh this, all the books are still there. See, I want to erase this Atomic Habits one. So this probably is going to be book number 2, ID 2. So in my delete API, it's already there. Actually, just put 2 there, and I hit send, and that should have deleted it. And let's go and make sure. I don't think it actually did anything. It should have said deleted here. Maybe I don't have that coded, but let's check to see if it actually removed. So I'll refresh this. No, it didn't. So let's try that again. Oh, I don't think I actually hit it. So hit send. There we go. Still nothing, but let's see if we get any notifications here. Yep, book has been removed. So that is good. So once we refresh, it should be out of there. Yep. Okay. So I want to be able to do that without using the what is that? Insomnia. So what I need to do is hook this button up to that API and have it send whatever ID number this is. So let's go figure out and think through that problem. So let's see, my library, so it's my library. This is where the button is. The button should be where? It's in section 3 here. The button should be right here. So here's the delete button there. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't have any on click or anything like that. So we can go ahead and put an on click there, I believe. We could do an on click there, or either just do JavaScript for delete book and do a event handler. Maybe we'll do that, an event handler. So let's try that. So with the index, we'll just throw an event handler. It has an ID. This book should have an ID, I believe. Yep, delete book. We'll do delete book btn. Delete book btn. And okay, so now up top I should be able to get that button. So I want to let delete book button equal document.get element by ID. What was it? Delete book button. Okay, so now we're getting that. So now I want to add an event handler to that. So let's do delete button. Delete button dot add event listener. It's going to be a click event, and I'm just going to throw this in there right now. Console.log hello world book remove. Okay, let's see if this does anything. Delete button clicked. Let's see, rerun this, and here this is reran. Yep. So right now there aren't any books in the library. So I can add a book, but I'll just do it through Insomnia. I'll add a few books. 1, 2, and the third book. And view library should be there now. Oh yeah, my delete button got weird. So let's go ahead and do inspect to see what we got here. Console. Oh, that's from a different one. Here. So let's see what happens when we actually press our delete button for a book. Atomic Habits, press delete, and we got nothing. Nada. Let's see, we don't have any errors either. Okay, what did I do wrong? Thought it should at least do a do this. Oh, maybe I didn't save it. Let's do that. That's always a weird thing. Okay, my library ID is delete button, delete book button, delete book button, add event listeners, click event. And I got the element by ID, delete book button. I feel like that should have worked. Okay, let's rerun that. Oh, let's get rid of this hello right here. I don't need that. Stop and rerun. Let's try that again. Refresh this. I don't need books to test this out. It should just, it's just a button, so it still doesn't do anything for me. Oh, another thing, why is this hello still popping up? That's weird. The hello shouldn't be popping up because I just removed it. That's weird. Let's do one of these. So let's see, Firefox, and let's see, I inspect it. Hello shouldn't be there. But if I press this, yes, that works. So what is the issue when I run it with the server? Let's go to save all. It's going from index.js. It seems to be getting the right JavaScript. Index.js. Everything is in there. My library. Yeah, all it's doing is getting index.js. So that script is going to the right source. And I saved everything. And that should work. I stopped that. Run it again. I just run this again. Does what it has to do. Now I go to here, localhost 8080, view my library, button's still there. Hello's gone, so that's a good sign. There we go. So I don't know what that was about. Can we do it like this too? Inspect, view my library, delete. No, it's not working that way. Why is it not working? Why do I need a private browser for that to work? Localhost 8080. Inspect. Wow. Why is that doing that? Maybe because I have these up. Okay, let's close out of everything Firefox. save these sites for later though. Let's get out everything Firefox. Okay, let's go to a new one. Localhost 8080. Inspect. Yep, it's still saying hello. That is the weirdest shit ever. But yet, if I do a private browser, and go and do the same thing, it works. It's weird. Taking a break. So I played around with it, and I think it is a browser extension or something that's going on, because in Firefox it works in private mode and it works in Chrome. So I'm thinking it's like some type of browser extension I got that's causing that to happen. So as of right now, I'm just going to continue to work in Firefox private browser. So that's fine. Where was I though? I need this here, so that's localhost 8080. View my library. And as you can see, when I click on that, it runs that function. Oh, I need private mode, that's why. Because again, I think there's something, a browser extension that's messing me up or something. So there's that console. View my library, and I click, and here we go. That function runs, so that's perfect. So what I needed to do is on click, I needed to, I think it's a fetch, I want to say. Is it a fetch? Let's see, here. So fetch JavaScript delete. I don't think it's a fetch. I think it's like something way simpler than that. Fetch API. Blah blah blah. Delete request, something I'm looking for right there. Delete request, async delete. Yeah, it looks like it's still a fetch. TP delete. Huh. I wonder if this is what I need. Will that help me at all? So we're going to do that event listener. On click of that, we're going to do one of these. And let's just see what happens if I manually just hard code something. Yeah, so we'll just manually hard code this right here with book 2. There's that. Okay. Oh, they created that delete class HTTP. Wait, fetch was change the method. Yeah, I'd rather just have this. So let me copy that. I don't want a whole method and stuff. So we'll do that one. Constant respond. It's the URL. Copy there. Paste the URL there.
Delete. Okay. There's no Redis data. Okay, I'm curious to see would this work. So I'll add 2 new books. I'll add 3 books. 4 for good measure. So now we have 4 books in there, and we definitely have one with ID 2. So when I go to here, host 8080, and I view the library, that's there. So let's see what happens when I try to delete one. Console. Well, just press delete. It just should, it's hard coded to delete 2, so I believe this is gonna be 2. It ran the function. I didn't see any other errors, so let's see if it says book has been removed, so that's a good sign. Let's see. Yep, it's gone. Okay. So we did that. So now the only thing left is to first understand what the hell I just did. And so I can do it again, understand this fetch method more. So that's something I'm going to dive deeper into. Like, I know about it, but I'm not really too knowledgeable about like how to create it from scratch and stuff, but I do know like that's a thing. That's why I was able to Google it. But I'm gonna dive deeper into that. But what I need to do is, this doesn't need to be hard coded, so somehow this needs to be a I think it's called a template literal. You go like that, and one of those, and one of these. And we're going to do the book ID. And okay, so how are we going to get the book ID? So when I click up here, anything in here, let's see, how am I going to get the book ID like on click? So that's the problem right now. So I want to be able to click this. Oh, one thing that I do have going on is when I click this, all the data is going over here. So maybe I can hard code that delete button to already have that in there. Yeah. So like this right here, this delete button event on click, all of this can go inside of not hello world. Is it hello world? Yes. No. Inside this fetch right here. Okay, so fetch no blah 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 blah. Starting for each. Okay, so I'm thinking I can put that in here. And then I'm going to say this right here is going to be, I don't have a book ID here yet. So this can literally just be x.book ID, I believe. So it's going to be x.book. What is my, is it just ID? It's just ID. It's just ID, I believe. So x.id, so that should give me the ID and it should delete it. Because, yeah. Okay, let's see if this works. My logic is correct. I might be doing good here.
Okay, so here we go here. Localhost 8080. I'll view my library. Of course, there's no books there, so I will add like 4 or 5 books. So my API 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might as well go for them all. 6 books. So now once we refresh this, we have all our books there. What I want to happen is I want to, of course, delete it, but I want to see what happens on here, see if I get any error messages. And so let's go ahead and delete Atomic Habits and see if that works. If a function happened. Wow, this shouldn't happen. It removed. It looked like it's still removed. No, it's not still removing, but why did that happen that many times? That is weird. Oh, because I have it in a for each. Maybe that's why. Maybe it just removed everything. It did just remove everything. I have it in a for each. They removed everything once I hit remove. It went through and took every one of the IDs and deleted it. So that doesn't work the way I needed it to. I thought it was gonna work. Why wouldn't it just delete one though? Why does it delete all of them? It's weird to me. Click async, blah blah blah. Yeah, I thought that would work, and I'm bamboozled on why it's deleting all of them. I understand it's going to do data.forEach, but once I load that page, this fetch comes up and loads. And it loads up every one of these. It goes through the data that it pulls, and it loads up a card for each one. Get that, it appends that, then it gets to here, and I'm assuming that it listens. It listens for an event at this point. Okay, then delete right here. What's this one? I can't get this outside of, maybe I can. Wait, I don't think so. Because this is doing a for each. So it's iterating over every one of them. I think what I could do, maybe, let's see, think. I need a unique button, I want to say. So let's see. Let's add these back. Not as many, just a few. And I have them here, but I think the thing is, whenever I hit this button, it just, well, of course, it just deletes all of these, but I just wanted to delete one of them. So how do I go about that? I want this delete button right here to run just on the ID that I clicked. So I want this button associated with this ID. And this one associated with that ID, and this associated with that ID. and only that ID, so that when I click it, it's going to run this, not every single one of them. And that's what X does. It goes through each one of them. So what, I don't think that would even make a difference though. I can try it. Let's try this. What I'll do is I'll sign the ID up here and I'll say, that doesn't matter. What if I could just created a new delete button? If I created a new button and put it in there, that might make a difference. Because then I can give it a unique ID number and then just call that on that button, I believe. Right? I believe that should be the case, so I'm going to try that out. So what I need to do is to create a new element. Where's that button? It's going to be this button. So I want to create a new button every time, and it's in book button, book detail buttons. So let's try that out. Yeah, so I'm going to go and say we want to create a new element, and this is going to be button. So let delete btn equal document create a new element, and this is going to be button. Okay, so that should create a button. And does this button have any class names? It doesn't have a class associated with it. Oh, that's why that button style changed, because I changed this ID, but we'll go back and change the styling later. Okay, so I can give this an ID now. I should be able to. So we'll say that delete button dot add. I know one is classless. You could add a class, but I figure you should be able to add an ID as well, right? Why not? Let's just Google that real quick. Add ID from DOM to element. So we trust in. Here we go. ID property of element, blah blah blah. If the ID value is blah blah blah. The ID is often used with get element by ID. So that didn't really tell me if I could change it or not. The ID property of element. Okay, I guess we W3 schools. Let ID document. Change the ID. There we go. Document get element dot ID. Dot ID. Maybe we can just do dot ID and that changes it. So delete button dot ID, and we're just gonna create its ID to be x dot ID. So we created the same ID as x. So now I have a new button with the name of ID, and okay, that button should have something in it, so like inner text. So we can do delete button dot inner text, I believe, is equal to, we'll call this delete book. We'll call it remove book. Remove book. Delete book. Okay. So now that should create another button like this, but this one says delete book, and it should have the ID of whatever book ID it is. And let's just run this to see if what I think is happening is actually happening. You know what? It's not gonna work because I need to add that to book details buttons. So I believe it would be new div, blah, blah, blah. That's not what I want to do. I need new book, blah, blah, blah. Let book buttons equal document.get element by ID. And this is going to be book detail buttons. Book. Okay, was that not a thing? That's class, that's why. ID. Book detail buttons. Well, that won't work because the book detail buttons. So now this is the book detail buttons, book detail BTNs, and now I can go back down to here, and we're gonna do book detail buttons dot append child, and we want to append this delete button. And hopefully that is what I needed to do. Let's see. Refresh this. And I just don't have anything there. That did not work. Let's see, 80. Okay, that did not work. Create element button. Let's see if it's even coming up in the inspection tool. Book detail buttons. It's actually that. Wait a minute. No, that's not it. So it didn't add it to here. Do I have to save it? Is that the reason why? Go to save all, Control S, save all. Just double check. For each, I'm creating this delete BTN, and it's creating a new element, which is a button. And delete button dot ID is now equal to x dot ID. And we're changing that inner text to delete book. And we are stuffing that button into append child. Right, because this detail buttons right here is equal to this right here. It's going to be that div that's right here. The book detail buttons, the book detail buttons. So it should stuff that in there as a button. Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't work, so we stop that. Okay, go to the post again. Inspect to see what we got. Still no button. You know what? Why? Because that was associated with adding things, I believe. So that's only gonna happen if I add something. 1, 2, 3. So let's see what happens now. There we go. But now it's creating new buttons every time, and I don't want new buttons every time. I only want one button. But in this case, this might still work in a sense that it's gonna delete that. So it should delete the middle one. Well, let's delete atomic habits again. And refresh. That didn't work. Oh, just because I didn't finish what I was doing. Okay, so it should have went to delete button and add event. Delete button, add event, click event, blah, blah, blah. In that case, it would be delete button.id. Delete button.id. You could delete there, and that's that. Cool. So let's go back to here, refresh this, add some books. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Refresh. And we are going to delete, what are we going to delete this time? Think like a monk. Let's get rid of that one. That's 2. Also inspect to see what we got going on. So let's be this one, I believe. It says it's deleted there, and make sure it's not deleted. Yep, only one here now. So once I move this, it's gone. We'll get rid of cat in the hat. I like cat in the hat though. We're gonna have to get rid of algos to live by. Delete book, refresh. Now that's gone, cool. So now we can eventually just delete all of the books and refresh, whatever, they're gone. Okay, so what I need to do now is see how do I do this without being able to add a bunch of those books. Those book buttons. So I want to just create one button. Let me see. One button, but every time I click on it, I want that button ID to update. That's all I want to update is a button ID. And if that was the case, I didn't really even need to do all this, I believe. We can just keep the button that's already on there and give it, no, it would still need a new button every time, I believe. Anyway, so let's see. So I have this button right here, but it's going to create one for each one, and that's something that I don't want. So what can I do? What if for every click, instead of appending a new button there, so I'm appending a new button here, but that's on every click. What if on every click, I just use the same button that was there, which is this one right here, so it's the delete book button. Okay, that's not what I want to do. Okay, think for a second. Delete book button. Could I use this one delete to delete everything? If that was the case, I need to associate. I need to associate an ID. I can't keep changing ID, I don't believe. Well, I can, I guess. But on click of a book. So anytime, let's add another book. This one. So I need it every time I click on a book. Every time I click on a book, I should get its own delete button. Okay, so why can't I do that? Why can't the ID be that? Right, so that is here. Is that that? So this is the same thing. These are the details, and class book summary, my book summary. So let's look at what I did for this code in JavaScript. Created a delete button here. Okay, I changed the ID, the delete button. And oh, like no, I don't think that's an issue either though. Div, add event listener, click. Okay, so maybe I can do that here. So where I'm changing the buttons ID, did I even ever change the button ID? The button ID is right there. So instead of changing the button ID there, I can change it here on click. Of course, right? So every time I click it, now that ID is going to be something different. And it shouldn't be any more appending. Will it still append? Let's see what's causing it to append every time. Every time, blah, blah. Okay, I'm not even sure like what's causing it to append every time. Delete button. Like I don't see why this should cause it to create a new button every time. Let's see. Okay, so we'll refresh this, get rid of everything. Add a few more books. It's 1, 2, and 3. And I still have all my delete buttons. But this one might, no, that doesn't work. But what if I just grab this button and change this ID? Does that work? That should work, right? Well, this is gonna delete stuff either way. I'm gonna delete book. Well, this didn't even give it a number. Delete button.id. Okay, let's see if I can take this right here, delete book button. Yeah, why not? Why not? Why can't I use that? Just do delete book button. And here, let's see. Delete button. We're not creating the element because that element's already there. So let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this because I'm not appending anything anymore. So that would solve that issue. And this. So, oh, this needs to get rid of too. So where is the other button? The other button is like this one. Yep, this one, delete book button. So we can get delete book button down here. Let's see if this will work. delete book button. The ID is equal to x dot ID. So when you click this, it's going to take this delete button and change its ID, and the delete button's already there, and it shouldn't have to append anything. And I don't see why I wouldn't be able to get this ID, delete button ID. I don't think it's value. I should just print that, or toString or anything. And I'll just make sure by book was removed, console.log, just to see what's going on. Delete book button.id. Okay, let's run that. See what we got. And I am hopeful. Fresh, yep, nothing there. That's a 1, 2, and a 3. Refresh. Okay, that didn't even work. Why didn't it add those books? Added them here, but JavaScript did not grab them. I think because it ran into this error here and it says delete button is not defined. Okay, delete button is not defined. Yeah, because that isn't a thing. Delete button. It is delete book button. Okay, back again, refresh, add that, add that, add that, refresh, there we go, no problems there, console. And now if I click Atomic Habits, get rid of that. If I hit delete, it removes something. It removed 2. And keep removing 2. It just repeatedly removed 2. But at least it was just 2. And now this looks like it's saying that it tried to remove 2 again these other 2 times, but 2 doesn't exist. So you get that error. And yeah, it broke there, but it should somewhere say that it removed the book. I don't see that anywhere, so it may not. Oh yeah, it's right there. So that seems like a good sign. Hopefully, refresh. Yep, and it's gone. So okay, so now I can delete Java. Press that, delete, refresh, and it's gone. Okay, so we got delete somewhat working. Have this error in the back. I gotta figure that out. I think it has something to do with my for each. But I don't think I'm going to deal with that right now. That's something I'm gonna keep for the logs. Do that another time, but as of right now, at least it looks like my functional wise, it's doing its job. So it's deleting things. Let's go ahead and delete Atomic Habits. You click there, click delete, refresh, whatever, and it works. Just got to do some styling back to that button and deal with it automatically refreshing, so I don't have to keep refreshing. But my delete works now.